A 16-year-old's life was stolen in a suburban home, but one chilling detail remains hidden in plain sight. In the affluent suburb of Glenview, Illinois, a community is reeling from the shocking murder of 16-year-old Lilly Bova. The circumstances surrounding her death are shrouded in mystery, leaving investigators with more questions than answers. But as we delve deeper, one detail, often overlooked, might hold the key to unlocking this tragic puzzle. What did Lilly's sister discover that fateful night? The night began like any other, until the sound of gunfire shattered the suburban peace. Lilly Bova, a bright 16-year-old, was found fatally shot in her own home. Her sister, the one who made the devastating discovery, is now at the heart of this investigation. Authorities have been tight-lipped, describing the incident as targeted and isolated. But who would want to silence a teenager, and why? Was this a crime of passion, a random act of violence, or something far more sinister? As the investigation unfolds, the community grapples with the senseless loss. A reward fund has been established, a testament to Lilly's impact and the collective desire for justice. Her father's public grief is palpable, a raw display of a parent's worst nightmare. But amidst the sorrow, a critical question lingers: what evidence was missed in those crucial early hours? The dispatch audio mentions a person of interest, but who is this individual, and what is their connection to Lilly? The investigation is a race against time. Detectives are meticulously piecing together Lilly's final days, searching for any clue, any anomaly that could lead them to the truth. Was there a dispute, a secret Lilly was keeping, or an enemy she unknowingly made? The lack of concrete information fuels speculation, and the pressure mounts to find answers. The community's plea for information underscores the urgency of the situation. We are often told that the smallest details can be the most revealing. In cases like these, where the narrative is still being written, it's crucial to look beyond the obvious. The initial reports, the witness statements, the forensic evidence, all are vital. But what if the most important clue wasn't found at the crime scene, but in the moments leading up to it? Could a seemingly innocuous interaction, a brief encounter, have sealed Lilly's fate? The death of a child, especially one so young, sends ripples of fear and sadness through any community. Glenview is no exception. As investigators continue their work, the family and friends of Lilly Bova are left in a state of agonizing uncertainty. The search for answers is ongoing, and the hope is that soon, the truth will emerge from the shadows, bringing some measure of peace to those who loved her. What really happened that night? The first layer is context. Every documentary story begins before the moment people remember. There is a setting, a chain of decisions, and a public reaction that shapes how the event is understood. In the case of teenage murder mystery, the important thing is not only what happened, but why the surrounding details made people pay attention. That is where the story begins to move from a simple summary into something more useful. It asks us to look at timing, location, pressure, and the way one moment can represent a much larger pattern. The second layer is what people often misunderstand. A single image or short clip can feel complete, but it usually leaves out the forces around it. Viewers see the result, not the build-up. They see the most dramatic frame, not the quiet details that made it possible. That gap matters because it changes the meaning of the story. When we examine teenage murder mystery carefully, we are not just asking what is visible. We are asking what is missing from the first impression. Then comes the turning point. This is where the story stops being only about one scene and starts pointing to a bigger question. Why did this particular moment stand out? Why did people share it, debate it, or return to it later? The answer is usually not one simple fact. It is a combination of emotion, uncertainty, and recognition. People respond when a story feels specific, but also familiar enough to connect to something they already care about. Another important detail is the human tendency to look for a clean conclusion. We want a final answer, a clear lesson, and a single explanation that ties every loose end together. But strong documentary stories often resist that. They leave us with evidence, competing interpretations, and a reminder that public understanding is always incomplete. That does not make the story weaker. It makes it more honest. So what value can we take from teenage murder mystery? The value is not just the event itself. It is the pattern around it. It shows how quickly attention forms, how easily context disappears, and how important it is to ask better questions before accepting the easiest version of a story. That is why stories like this continue to matter after the first wave of attention fades. In the end, teenage murder mystery remains worth examining because it sits between fact and interpretation. We can see enough to understand why it matters, but not always enough to close the case completely. And that open space is where documentary storytelling becomes powerful. It does not tell us what to think. It gives us a clearer way to look. The mystery of Lilly Bova's murder is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most idyllic communities. If you seek more deep dives into compelling true crime mysteries, be sure to subscribe. We'll uncover the hidden truths you might have missed.